dishonor and offer. Walk the line or line up to be over. To breathe free, obey me. Full of fragile nation to believe what I say. And play what I want you to
Hi and welcome to Perth Music Army Patrol. I'm Sophia Marie, and tonight I'm sitting with Nevsky Prospekt. Hey guys, how are you?
How you doing?
Thanks for joining us. So to start things off, I just had a query. There's a lot of strange addictions in the world: drugs, prostitution, gambling, but yours is quite fascinating. Baking. How did you get so messed up with baking?
I don't actually know. It was just like I just like baking, and then I decided one day to. Well, it wasn't actually a spur of the moment thing. I was doing we were doing a gig with a band called Gombo,
Okay.
and I was kind of guest appearing on on stage with one of their songs.
Yeah.
And I went to rehearsal, and my missus had made cupcakes, so I brought cupcakes. It's like, hey, here's some cupcakes. And they were all like laughing, and they were like, "Oh, you should bring some to the gig on the Friday." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I will actually." So I just baked some chocolate eclairs and then took it to the gig, and then from then on it's just kind of stuck, and it's become it's become an incentive to buy some CDs.
There's
Sometimes it's hard to get people to buy stuff.
Yeah.
So if you give them a incentive, then they're more likely going to buy it. You know.
You're the ones that I've kind of experienced so far is your macaroons.
Yeah, I've got some tonight.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
What kind of flavor is it?
Popcorn and salted caramel.
And how many flavors do you actually make?
I don't know. Probably about. So there's that. There's chocolate. There's lemon. There's strawberry. Marshmallow. Oh, there's about maybe 6 or 7.
Are you going to make like a Nevsky Prospekt baking book?
Well, I was gonna. I was actually for the launch. I wanted to try and make Nevsky because on our shirts we've got the colours are red, black, and white. And I was trying to make that, and it just didn't work out. But you know, there's time for that.
So, you aren't originally from here. I've read that you're from the Highlands of Scotland, a place called
Inverness.
Inverness.
Yeah.
How did you make your way over here to Australia?
Well, I actually used to live in Australia prior to coming over, so I lived in Australia for nearly 7 years.
Wow.
And then went back to Scotland, and then I came out for a working holiday. I met my partner in Scotland, and then came out, and then I was only supposed to be out here for a year, and then she sponsored me to stay, and then that was it, and so I've been here ever since, and now I'm an Aussie citizen.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
So, tell us a little bit about your musical history. Did you grow up in a musical family?
No, I didn't grow up in a musical family at all. I mean, my mum sang in a Gaelic choir, which is the Scottish native language. That's probably about as musical as I would have gotten. But no, I just got a guitar when I was about 15, and then taught myself how to play the guitar, and then that was it pretty much. Then
Can you speak the Gaelic language?
No, I can't. I wish I could, because it'd be another language I could just talk shit about people and they wouldn't know what I'm saying.
You've had a back catalogue of songs before you came over here. How did you go about finding a band to start out?
Well, it was handy that because my cousin Kev plays in Hail Mary, so he obviously had a few people that and Ron used to play in Hail Mary, and so he kind of hooked me up with Ron, and then so we started jamming together. I was going over to his, and he was coming over to mine every week, and just working on the songs acoustically, and then we searched for a drummer through Gumtree, and we found him. Yeah. Found Pat, but now we've got Pat's left the band recently, and now we've got Mr. Perry. He's the new drummer, fresh faced.
So Perry, what attracted you into the Nevsky band?
YouTube.
YouTube?
I found a video of them jamming at Norfolk Basement a couple of years ago, and then I liked their Facebook page, and then as soon as I heard they were looking for a drummer, I was like, fuck, that's going to be me. I'm going to make it happen.
And what about you? How long have you been in the band?
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning.
So I was in Hail Mary, and then I joined with Stu, and we were jamming for ages just as a duo. and we're just searching for a drummer for ages and ages, and we
It
went
takes a
through
while.
2 or 3, and then some fell through, and then we finally found Pat for a while, and then he's left. So now we found Perry. So hopefully he sticks around a bit longer. So we've been at it for a while. So we've got to relearn all the songs again. So
Yeah.
But he's quick on the uptake, so it's all right.
That's really cool.
It's good.
And when you're writing in any of your music, do you reflect on any past experiences whilst you were in Scotland?
I mean, the only maybe past experience I reflected on was getting really drunk. That was about it. Like,
that was a good song. Actually.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
play that anymore.
What
do we?
song is that?
It's called Saturday Senility.
Okay.
And it's just about, what you do when you're in, it's just when you're young, I guess. It's about when you're young, going out and getting absolutely shit-faced and all the time. But
So
in
you don't-
Scotland more so because there's nothing, well, where I'm from, there's not really much to do apart from getting drunk.
I
so.
kind of looked on the map. It's quite far up.
And the song was basically about when I got so drunk one time and I blacked out for like 6 hours and I walked. So if anyone who's from Inverness will know, I walked from this ice rink all the way out to Loch Ness, which is
Wow.
like about 11 k's.
Not far.
Yeah, so I blacked out at like 12 midnight about around, and then I came to around about 5 or 6 in the morning, and I was like, how the fuck did I get here? So I kind of write a song about it. But that's basically the only kind of Scottish past experience I've written about.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, obviously you write about the usual stuff like relationships and all that sort of stuff, but
Love and loss.
that's boring, you know.
So what kind of topics do you actually write about? Like, give us some topics. Like,
Well.
anything about war or...
Well, no, I'm not really. I don't really like writing in any kind of political sense or
Okay.
anything like that. It's more. A lot of it's like things I watch on TV or even
Yeah.
like books that I've read and
Yeah.
stuff like that. That's pretty much where it comes. A lot of the inspiration comes from, or things that piss me off. Or
So, the writing process for you, do you write all of the lyrics and the riffs and then you present it to the
yeah,
guys?
pretty much
and-
that's the way it works. Yeah.
So do you guys have any new songs coming out?
Yeah, well, the one we sound checked tonight, that was the new song we're playing tonight.
And did you write this with...
No, that was again.
Prior?
I'd written that at home and then brought it in because we'd previously jammed that with the other drummer,
Yep.
and then he left, so we sort of we only been jamming it for about 2 or 3 weeks now, so we're gonna
Yep.
play it tonight.
Cool.
We do have a lot. That's the thing, because we've got the new drummer now. We've got to concentrate on the old songs that we've already played
True,
previously,
true.
and now and then
Especially the one on the ones on the EP.
Yeah, exactly,
You
yeah.
currently have an EP. Here it is. It's Poseidon's Air?
Ire.
Ire. Poseidon's Ire. Tell us about the E EP.
Well, these were just, I guess, a collection of songs that we felt were the strongest for the EP, as well as strong live songs as well. So
Yeah.
they kind of work really well in the live setting and the studio setting as well. So that's
Yep.
what we kind of. There's a few other ones that we were kind of mulling around, but these are the ones that we felt kind of best represented the band live and in the studio.
Was this your first time in the recording studio?
No, we recorded a single with it was Rob Agostini. We recorded with him, so we recorded a single with Rob probably about a year before, was it?
Yeah, it was a while before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was about a year before. It was like 2 tracks, and I actually, before I even joined the band, I recorded a track with Rob before that as well.
How did you find Rob Agostini?
It was from my missus bought me like some studio time for my birthday, and just found him on the internet. And
Oh, that's
then-
cool.
Yeah, so then I recorded with him, and then really enjoyed sort of working with him.
So you must have found the recording process extremely fun. I mean, I've worked with Rob myself,
Yeah.
and he's fantastic.
Yeah, no, he's good. Yeah, he's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You know, and he's just very thorough, and he's very quick with everything that he does in the studio, and it doesn't feel like a chore or anything like that. You know.
So you just released this year. Is there any plans on doing like a full-length album?
Yeah, I think we probably record another EP first,
Okay.
but I'm really keen to do an album.
Yeah.
Because we do have the songs for the album, but it's just it all comes down to budget and stuff like that. You need it's a quite a expensive process to record an album, and,
Yeah.
and it's quite a taxing process in terms of the musicians, and singing especially for me is like in the studio it's can be quite difficult sometimes.
So explain the band's name. What is Nevsky Prospekt? What is the meaning of the name? Where did it come from?
It was a short story that I read.
Okay.
So it's a story by a 19th century Russian author called Nikolai Gogol. And
Okay.
Nevsky Prospekt is just the main street in St. Petersburg in Russia.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah. So it's like I thought it was a cool sounding name, even though it can be a bit problematic when people are writing our name. Like we've been called so many different names because it's funny because there's a couple of times we've been played on like some internet radio station or whatever.
Yeah.
and they're back announcing the song, and they kind of like they have trouble saying Nevsky, and like, and then you're like, oh shit, maybe we should change the name because it's kind of a bit of a mouthful, but I don't know, it's stuck now, so you can't really kind of go back on it.
No, sounds very Polish though.
Yeah.
Like Polashki or something.
Yeah. But it's so like that's where the name came from essentially.
So cool. So what's the plans for the future? What are you guys gonna do? Like, you want to record a new album? Is there any touring gonna be going on? What's the plan? Just gig?
I think we've got some recording time we won from
Gauzy Rock.
From the Gauzy Rock contest we got.
Okay, what's
third.
the Gauzy Rock thing?
Oh, it was last year.
Yeah, we played out in like Kelmscott, Armadale area. It was just a Battle of the Bands type scenario.
That's
so
cool.
yeah,
And how did you win it? Was it based
Oh, we didn't
off
win it. No, we came third, but we still won.
So we won some recording time and some cash. So we're going to put that towards probably it'll get us enough for like a single or a B-side, and then we can get Perry in the studio and get him started on that whole creative process. And then
Trust me, you'll like him. He's great.
And then hopefully tour that over to Melbourne if we can, and then keep writing and start working on another EP or an album and go from there. So.
Well, thank you guys for joining me. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and I can't wait to see your show again.
Yeah, cool. Thanks
Bye.
Thanks for giving us the time.
Yeah, no problem. It's been great. Thank you. Bye.
See ya.
Thanks for joining us on Perth Music Army Patrol. The next time you see us is at Hayden Ward's album launch at Moondyne Joe's in Fremantle on Friday, 11th of October. So hope to see you there. So thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you out patrolling the pubs.